Hey Cinemagic, my name is Jasper and I just got out of the screening of An Cailín Ciúin by Colm Bairéad, The Quiet Girl. Quiet Girl follows the story of Kate, a young girl who's sent away from her family to live with her relatives Sean and Eileen. They develop over the period of a summer a very meaningful relationship, and the film examines how this relationship develops and the small intricacies that make up these people's lives. It follows the perceptive journey and evolution of Kate as a character, and she literally grows over the course of this summer, both metaphorically and, as the mother points out at the end, literally. This is a first-person story told in a first-person way. There is a kind of strict set of rules that you can kind of tangibly see on the screen that really define the visual aesthetic of this film. It's an incredibly beautiful film. The composition of the images are really striking. There is a real detail to each of the sequences which really brings out this gentle beauty that presides the whole film. Overall, the use of Academy format itself really creates this sense of almost miniature. There's a kind of dappling to the focus around the edge of the images, which creates a real focus onto the center of the frame. Things are so often framed within the kind of middle third. We kind of creates this sense of closing throughout the film. It's really striking. While the film's visuals are striking and likely will get most people into the cinema, the thing that really stood out to me was the use of sound design. Its incredible ability to articulate the kind of personalization of the character is very striking. There is a strong use of contrast throughout the film, where in the opening sequences you really get this kind of suffocating clutter to the soundscape when she's living in the house, when she's going to school. There's kind of all this busyness going on, whereas when she goes to the house with Sean and Eileen, there's a real quiet, a controlled simpleness to the soundscape, which makes certain sounds really come alive, and her voice becomes more prominent within the mix as such. In her original house, you constantly hear these really punctuating sounds, like when the door slams as her mother walks out on her father. It's sharp, it's loud, it makes you jump in your seat. Whereas in the house of Sean, there is a kind of presiding peace to the soundscape. And this focus is now drawn onto her voice, which is, I think, a very interesting choice to have made. I cannot recommend this film highly enough. It is beautiful, emotional, the acting is impeccable, visuals are gorgeous, and the sound design is truly something to behold. This is the first Irish language film to ever make it into the Berlinale Festival, and rightly so. It is an astonishing achievement from the director and everyone involved. A special highlight goes to the main character Kate, as her performance was incredibly subtle and immensely delicate for someone of such a young age. Overall, I cannot, if you haven't tell, recommend this film highly enough. Go and see it. So from Cinemagic, this is me, Jasper, signing off.
How long should they keep her? Till after the baby?
Sure, can't they keep her as long as they like?
Well, ich An Cailín Ciúin. Seasamach, go dáir mé splecha ceartart.
Can work her. She'll head you out of house and home.
Oh, don't we all eat in spurts, same as we grow? We'll keep the child gladly. A Johan, ha paite dul ha bú.
Kite! Ní féidir le dul fánéad mar san. An a rion tú mé!
Nábíocha ach láirt.
You're a visagad.
Godfrey.
Búchail na ginsala ka umchig. Gan ledin what?
Isn't your mammy good to you?
Cailín Ciúin an Cailín Céanna.
Der siar méid is gádaí ará.
Tá má rata ag ar leomsa. Ní ágin ó riamh I dig le stráséirí.
Seo, look. Den tú sé. Ní gá duit rud a rá. Chuoinnig sin a gcónaí. Is mí duine nar thógan deis a bhéalach am dúnta. Is a chail mór an dá